right, back on the job site. I wasn't able to get here early this morning because I had an appointment, but they've been hucking away at it. The idea being that, I guess this is the basement, everything's got to be filled up with, I think it's 1/2 inch clean stone, so that the superior walls folks can come in. They're going to do all of the grading of the stone and compaction before they set the walls, but we have to have all the stone in here. You can see the perimeter pipes going in as well at the same time. And then we got the foundation piers for the main beam. There's one over there, and then I think there's 3 in the center there. That's going to hold the big main beam that goes all the way across, holding the kind of center load of the house. I think last minute they decided that they want the septic to come down the center lolly column. So basically everything's going to exit down the center lolly column or next to the center lolly column and then out underneath of the slab, so that there's no holes in the foundation walls. So they got that dug. The foundation for the garage is all cut out. That's going to be obviously walls and then backfilled and then concrete on top of it. So we got to cut out, we got to put stone in there, but we're just waiting for another truck to come right now and deliver more stone. Brad's running the skid steer, getting more grading done, so hopefully we can get this stone in here, get this ready for Friday, and get the wall set. What do we got here, Bean Bean? Is that the crane truck?
Sonny, if he needs anything, put dirt under those outriggers, don't we?
All right, today is the day where the superior walls go in. We got the crane truck here. They are leveling out the stone. So we did kind of a rough level of all the stone. These guys will come in and get it exactly where it needs to be so that they can set these walls. The walls are on a truck out by the road. I'll see if I can show you real quick. Those are the panels right there. Doesn't look like a heck of a lot, but that's the foundation of a house. All the walls are insulated. They have aluminum studs or galvanized studs on them so that you can put sheetrock on them already. I mean, that's a cool system. So those, I guess, are the pads for the footers for the beams that go in the basement. So this is going to be cool. They're probably going to be leveling for another hour or so, and then they'll be able to start lifting those panels into place, and hopefully I'll get some cool drone shots of it.
do one of these a day.
I really want one of those impact wrenches.
Yeah, they're nice.
Some cars or just
Slick 'em and stick 'em.
looks good. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Go ahead and tighten it, Don. I think it'll be all right.
Do they use one whole tube on that?
Yeah, the amount of glue they use is insane.
Just use the back of the tube to scrape it up. That's funny. What do you think, Beanie?
I like it.
You like it? All right. They got the foundation in. I got to have some pretty cool video of them lifting all the pieces in with a crane. I think it only took them, I mean, shoot, I think it only took them 6 hours, 5 hours, and they had this whole thing in. Did a heck of a job. I think right after lunch is when they started on the garage. Don't know if I got any shots of that, but it looks good. I mean, you can see it's directly on stone down there. I guess you can't see because it's all washed out, but they put it directly on stone. Each one of these corners here, where the two walls meet up, is bolted on the top and the bottom, and then they siliconed or some kind of sealant all the way down, and turned out really nice. Like we said before, they're insulated. They got studs in them already. I don't know how it gets much easier. They floated this staircase in. I think this is one of the last things they did, or maybe not the last thing, but before they did the garage walls. And I think this was the heaviest part. This is what they were worried most about, actually lifting it up. Here's the garage walls. If it's not completely obvious, this gets all filled in and compacted and cement on top. So you can see garage door. There's a little lip cut out. There's a man door cut out there. I guess it's about a two-car garage, so good size. I think Mr. Sonny already started on some of the plumbing. So right where that pipe is, you can see the supports for what's going to be the center beam, the ridge beam. I forget what they call it, but he's essentially going to run all the plumbing directly up so that you can tie all that in if you ever wanted to finish the basement and you didn't have low-hanging ceilings where you know, you had pipe running below the joists. So looks really good. I'll get down in there and take a look from the inside. Here's the inside. It's gonna be a heck of a basement. I mean, this is a big stretch. I guess that's the, I think they put like 2x4s in here and they were using those as guides to level this off, so that might be what that is. But you can see the bolts on the bottom, and they have one on the top up there, and just bolt it all together. Much easier than pouring, I would imagine. As far as maintenance on these things, I don't think there is much. I'm assuming it's going to get a coating on the outside for waterproofing, and that'll be it. Before we can backfill any of this, I think I mentioned this already, we have to pour the concrete floor. So the floor goes in, and then the first layer of the decking goes on top, and then we can start to backfill the perimeter. But that's really what ties it all in. Until those two things are done, you can't put any pressure on it or anything else as far as external pressure pushing up against the wall. So yeah, not much else to say about it outside of it's a lot of progress. It happened pretty quick. So I think the next thing we got is we got to dig the plumbing out. We got to put in the drain fields, put in a septic tank. Obviously a lot of backfill, but happened quick. I think the guys are going to be out here in a week or two for the actual concrete itself, so that'll be poured. I think they're doing the garage separately from the basement, so the garage will be later on, but they'll be back out for that one. So we'll see if we can get some more footage of them getting some of the work done. You can see how they bolted the staircase to the wall. Just gigantic lags that come through, and then plate steel and a nut and a washer. Pretty cool stuff. What I don't know if I like is that there's no landing at the bottom of this. And I know these externally facing staircases are just known for getting a ton of water in them, so maybe we'll talk to Coltrane about that and come up with some sort of solution. Don't know what that would look like, but maybe he has to cover this somehow. But problem for another day. I'm trying to convince him to make this his gun closet. This would be perfect. You just finish these walls out, you put a door right here, little vault door, and you got yourself a nice little walk-in gun safe. Maybe put some concrete on the top. I don't know. But yeah, that's it for now. We'll move on to the next stage of the project here.